how much I was, counting on having another baby.
I thought you and Tad both were.
It's not his fault.
He changed his mind.
No, it's my fault. I'm the guilty one.
Fault, guilt, what are you talking about?
Edmund and I ended up at my Aunt Phoebe's cabin.
Whoa.
I didn't. I wanted to. I would have thrown away my life for a second chance with that man. Telling Tad the complete, honest truth about Edmund in that cabin was the biggest mistake I ever made.
How was he this morning?
Everything was, like usual. We got up, we had breakfast, he went to work. I went to work.
No strain, no cold shoulder?
No, he kissed me, and he just, he said, don't worry.
I think he gave you some good advice, girl. The past can't control the future unless you let it. He doesn't strike me as the kind of man who gets bogged down in past mistakes. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
And am I right in guessing that you're the one who spends a little too much time thinking about the past? You think you almost ruined it. Well, almost isn't good enough. You didn't. You confronted something and you did it honestly. And that's a lot more than can be said for most people when they're dealing with the opposite sex.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you can say it about me either.
Well, I know I can say it, and I have proof. Didn't your mother teach you to tell the truth if you wanted to stay out of trouble? Now, this mess with you and Edmund has been brewing since before you even got married. He sent you that letter, and we talked about that before Tad arrived. Remember? You were torn.
I was confused. I still am.
So it was inevitable what happened with you and Edmund. It had to, and it happened. But you didn't do anything wrong. Brooke, you chose not to do anything wrong. You told Edmund it was over. Finally, over. You meant it, right? So there's no confusion. It's history. Second, you and Tad. Now, Tad did not cancel having a baby. He just postponed it. He knows how much this baby brother or sister for Janie means to you, and he wants it as much as you do, just not as soon as you do.
You're right. You're right. I keep forgetting that.
That you have a husband who loves you and a son. You made the right choice.
So why does it hurt so much?
Because sometimes it just hurts to say goodbye to somebody you love. But sometimes you have to do just that. Every time you've been tested again and again and again, you've chosen Tad. He knows that. I think he appreciates it. I know he appreciates your honesty. He's rooting for your marriage. He's not going to give up on you. Because he loves you, honey.
I hope you're right.
Maybe I gave you a bigger piece of my mind than you bargained for. Did I sound like a lawyer arguing a case?
You sounded like a friend.
A cold-blooded, logical friend. Or a real friend?
A real friend. A real friend. A real friend is somebody who tells you what you need to hear and tells you to stop wallowing in self-pity and start fixing up your eye makeup.
That's the spirit. Full speed ahead.
Never look back.
Eye on the prize.
Life is funny.
Oh, gosh, and it keeps getting funnier. Oh, that we can't cry and wrench our hands over things we can't control. We're not machines, and we have no control over whether we love one man at a time or not. The most we can do is keep on trying and pray for patience.
A woman's life is never easy.
You know the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. Unfortunately, men aren't machines either, and sometimes they don't remember that there's not just one woman for one man.
Yeah, I mean, she told me she loves me. What did I do wrong?
She didn't say yes. Did she say no?
She said definitely maybe.
She wants time.
I hate when they say that. Look, why don't they just make their minds up right on the spot and just go for it?
Well, unlike you, maybe she wants to be careful.
So what do I do? How can I nudge her along?
Well, let's see. You could toss her in quicksand and haul her out. Been done, been done. And I don't think she's going to respond to the Eduardo persona.
Whose side do you want?
What, you want me to get serious? All right, I'll get serious. I'll ask you the same questions that Maria's probably asking herself right now. Why the rush to the altar, Edmund, and how much does it have to do with Brooke?
I was just in the neighborhood, so I thought I would stop by and compliment you on your Willow Lake acre story. It must be pretty exciting. Exposing the graft and corruption and chasing the facts and making sure the bad guys get what's coming to them.
Oh, I don't think it's any more exciting than surgery, Maria. I mean, I think it probably uses a different lobe of the brain, I guess. Anyway, I don't really do that much story chasing anymore. I'm just the editor. I think all the credit really goes to the reporter, Edmund.
Well, but the secret to a successful surgery is teamwork.
The same goes for writing a magazine.
Same as in life, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, Edmund worked really hard on that story. He's a good writer.
The best.
Dedicated, and he meets his deadlines, he cares.
I'm sure you know all of his good qualities.
And he was good at being Eduardo, the tennis-playing gigolo.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he was.
He really gave it his all.
So, was there anything else?
Well, yes. Actually, there is something that I need to ask you about.
About the article?
No, it has nothing to do with the article. It's about you and Edmund.
Didn't you?
Okay. Maybe I rushed the proposal a little. And maybe Brooke has something to do with it. Yeah, okay. Like I'm trying to prove to myself that it is finally over, all right? But I wanted to be happy. I was sincere in that proposal. Shouldn't I be happy?
Edmund, is Maria really the woman you want?
Would I have asked her if she wasn't? All right, I'm nuts about her. She's nuts about me. She's smart, beautiful, sexy. She puts up with me. Best of all, she's a doctor. We're talking free medical care the rest of my life.
What about what Brooke wants?
Brooke has what she wants.
Are you sure?
Yeah, she made her choice, okay? Tad Martin and a mansion full of martinettes. She has her dream. Now I would like mine.
With Marie Santos?
Yes, with a woman who loves me, okay? A woman who wants to have children with me. Loves me. Me. Till death do us part.
Then what is the problem?
I don't know what the problem is. When I came in here, I thought the problem was Maria didn't say yes, all right? Now I'm thinking, excuse me, correct me if I'm wrong. Your advice to me is I'm a jerk because somehow I want a woman who wants me back?
Wait. Wanting a woman and marrying one are two different things. If you love Maria, if you two feel that you can have a great life together, then I say go for it.
Well, great.
But I don't think you do. I think that you haven't been able to put Brooke behind you yet.
Well, it's like this. People say that you are very honest and straightforward. The kind of woman prides herself on always being truthful.
People. Meaning Edmund?
And everyone. Joe and Ruth Martin, Phoebe, Dixie, everyone that I meet who knows you says that you're that way. So I hope that you will be that way with me. Because I need to ask you about your relationship with Edmund before I can continue with him.
I'm sure whatever Edmund has told you is true.
I need to hear it from you.
Is this really necessary, Maria?
Yes. I'm sorry, but yes.
All right. Edmund and I were engaged. We had second thoughts. We broke up. I married somebody else. And we are still friends, professional colleagues. I respect him. And I hope that that answers your question.
He says the same about you.
Well, then what's the problem? I mean, what is stopping you from him?
Willow Lake. Edmund's pretty torn up about that last quicksand episode.
I see. Well, did he tell you the upshot of that episode? That he and I both agreed that everything was over between us? I'm sure he told you about that.
Yeah, he did. But is it really? I know that you are married to Tad, and Tad is Jamie's father, but are you 100% certain that you're really through with Edmund?
You asked me to be straight, so I will be. The episode that you are referring to at my aunt's cabin, I think it was a critical point for both Edmund and me. I think that there were some issues from our past that we both needed to confront. And that's what we did. And we both were as honest as we know how to be. And then we let it go. For good. And we both agreed. No looking back.
He said the same thing.
So you can rest easy, Maria. Really, you don't have to worry. I am not in the picture.
Well, I appreciate your candor, Brooke. Thank you. You have really helped me. So I won't keep you any longer. I will just,
Wait, can I ask you a question? Why did you need to know all this now? Did something happen?
Edmund asked me to marry him.